An Oklahoma woman will plead guilty this week in federal court to a murder that took place last year at Cheaha State Park.
A bit of drier and cooler air headed to East Alabama tonight. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Jackson Stevens took the mound for the Braves last night. We'll tell you how he did coming up in sports. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham. 21-year-old Yasmin Marie Adele Hyder has agreed to plead guilty in federal court to second-degree murder and kidnapping charges stemming from the shooting death of a Florida man in the Talladega National Forest. News reports say Hyder will admit to shooting 22-year-old Adam Simji, and in return, prosecutors will ask that she be sentenced to 35 years in federal prison, followed by supervised release. Simji and his girlfriend, 20-year-old Michaela Paulus, were robbed at gunpoint while they were hiking in Cheaha State Park on Sunday, August 14, 2022. 37-year-old Crystal Diane Pinkins of Tennessee was also indicted on the same charges. Her federal trial is scheduled for September 25th. Both women also face murder charges in Clay County. Simji was about to begin the finance program at the University of Central Florida. Paulus was beginning work on her master's degree in counseling, also at UCF. According to published reports, the Florida couple were flagged down by two women who claimed to be having car trouble. When they got to the car, Hyder pulled a gun and robbed the couple. Simji, who also had a gun hidden in his waistband, pulled out his weapon and engaged in a gun battle with Hyder. Both were wounded, and Simji's injuries proved fatal. Pinkins, the second suspect, ran off into the woods and was found by police hiding in an area with a large number of tents about a half-mile from the crime scene. Reports say that as authorities were arresting Pinkins, a 5-year-old child ran out of the woods holding a loaded shotgun. As a result, Pinkins was also charged with endangering the welfare of a child, and that child is now in the custody of DHR.
A former high school football player who was a walk-on for the University of Alabama this fall has been indicted by a Calhoun County grand jury on a charge of second-degree sodomy. The Anniston Star reports that 19-year-old Antonio Ross was arrested Monday and placed in the Calhoun County Jail before making a $50,000 bond. The newspaper said the victim is a juvenile female and that the crime allegedly took place in Weaver. Ross's name has been removed from the University of Alabama's list of football players.
When we come back, we'll tell you about a big land deal in the mountains east of downtown Jacksonville.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
328 acres of land that adjoin Jacksonville's Chimney Peak are being sold. That land is marked by a gate and a for sale sign located about halfway up Chimney Peak Tower Road. Its acreage composes the landscape that visitors see upon leaving the highest point lookout there. The company managing the sale, Whitetail Properties Real Estate, lists the selling price at $735,000. It notes on its website that the land borders Chimney Peak, Choccolocco Mountain, and the Talladega National Forest. The website also states that the land features a stream, abundant outcroppings of mountain laurel, and plentiful populations of deer and turkey.
The real estate agent managing the sale, Jeremy Morris, said by phone that the deed for the property lists no limitations for development. However, he added that the property is being sold as recreational property and said the property does have a limited capacity for residential development. The sale is one of several emerging changes at Chimney Peak. The city recently repaved a portion of the road at the base of the mountain and installed gates to limit access to the lookouts there at night.
This is homecoming week for two local high schools, Oxford and Jacksonville. Today we'll be talking about plans being made for Jacksonville, and tomorrow will feature Oxford. Friday's events in Jacksonville include a parade that begins at 11 a.m., leaving from the high school front parking lot's east entrance, traveling down George Douthat Drive to Kitty Stone Elementary, and looping back to George Douthat, ending at the high school's west parking lot. The Jacksonville Police Department will be closing intersections surrounding the parade route at 10:45 a.m. and will reopen the roads when the parade ends at approximately 11:30 a.m. Anyone parked inside those areas will need to wait until the parade ends to leave.
Also on Friday, Jacksonville High School classes will be dismissed at 11:45 a.m., followed by Kitty Stone Elementary School at 12:15 p.m. The evening starts at 6:30 p.m. with the homecoming court presentation, followed by the homecoming football game against Anniston at 7 p.m.
And when we return, an unwanted visitor is causing quite a stir in Golden Springs.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Social media feeds have been flooded with pictures such as this one of a large black bear casually strolling down Greenbrier Road. City officials say there is no cause for alarm and that black bears can be seen potentially anywhere in Alabama. Their mating season is just now coming to an end, and male black bears travel great distances during late spring and summer searching for mates. So this fellow may just be headed home after a busy few months.
Still, Anniston officials did feel that it was prudent to issue the following warnings. First, never feed bears. It's dangerous for bears to become accustomed to humans. Next, make sure your trash cans are secured so that a bear cannot go through them. Keep outdoor grills and grilling areas clean. Don't leave pet food outdoors. Hike in groups and keep dogs leashed when hiking. If you do encounter a bear, never run. Stay calm, slowly back up and walk away. Make yourself big. Wave your hands above your head, use an assertive voice, make noise, or clap your hands. Do not harm the bear if it is not bothering you, because it's actually illegal to shoot, harm, or harass black bears in Alabama. And I bet you didn't know they were protected by the law.
I did not.
And we just learned something tonight.
We certainly did. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more about the weather. John Holder joins us now in the EAN Weather Center. John, please tell us about the weather.
Mike and Katie, there will be a few slight changes to the weather forecast across East Alabama, but there'll be barely a difference. We'll be back with the forecast coming up next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Showers and thunderstorms, as promised yesterday, a little bit more numerous across the East Alabama landscape today. But again, before those showers and thunderstorms starting erupting, we had very hot temperatures once again, 92 for the high. well above average for this time of year. Our morning low this morning at 69. Again, well above average for this time of year. Record high temperature 99. The record low temperature 47. And look at those days continuing to shorten. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:25. Tonight, sun setting at 6 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock. Weather on your street for your Tuesday night. Going to take you out to Airline Highway at Hollis Crossroads down in Cleburne County. A few storms early. Had a lot of storms around this afternoon. Those storms should fade away later on tonight, but early this evening, there'll be a few more scattered storms around. 65 for the low overnight tonight. Tomorrow, you will see a difference in the weather across East Alabama. Drier and cooler on Vigo Road in Piedmont. 85 for the high tomorrow. Chance of rain tomorrow goes down to really less than 20% with the heating of the day. You'll also notice with this cold front that's going to pass through tonight, lower humidity and dew point values, so it will feel mighty fine tomorrow afternoon in Piedmont and all across East Alabama. And for the rest of the week coming up, going to be looking at John Willis Avenue out in East Tioga. Temps will be a bit below average for this time of year. Our average high temperature in the upper 80s will be in the low to mid 80s, so a little bit below the average for this time of year. Enjoy low 80s starting on Thursday and all the way into the weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for East Alabama. Couple of dry days coming up. It will be dry on Thursday with highs in the low 80s after a morning low in the low 60s. That's going to feel very nice out there with low humidity and dew point values. The best day weather-wise coming up, no doubt, will be on Thursday. No chance of rain in the forecast. For Friday, a 20% chance of a pop-up storm late in the afternoon, early in the evening, and then a 40% chance of a shower on Saturday afternoon. We'll continue with very small rain chances on most afternoons. I think we'll squeeze out another dry day on Monday. And look at that, waking up to 59 degrees. Some folks may be down in the mid-50s on Monday morning. No chance of rain. A nice afternoon coming up. Basically, though, highs will be in the 80s. Lows will be in the 60s. Very small chances for rain coming in the next several days. We continue with a very tranquil and peaceful weather forecast across East Alabama. And an early reminder about a pretty neat event that's coming up on Saturday, October the 14th. This will be 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the National Weather Service office in Calera, down in Shelby County, right off I-65. Very easy to find. Great activity, all kind of fun things going on. A mobile radar will be there. You can tour the National Weather Service office and see everything they do, where all the warnings come from and things like that. There'll be all kind of things for the kids, as you can see. Really a fun day. Totally free, totally open to the public. One time a year you get to go to the National Weather Service office. We'll give you a reminder of this as we get closer, but just want to mark that on your calendar, kind of the open house that they'll have at the National Weather Service office down in Birmingham. Some good folks down that way. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on EAN, we will have the complete breakfast forecast for all of East Alabama. And, of course, we'll be back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. for the complete in-depth weather forecast for all of East Alabama. Sports is coming up next. Chase Robinson going to tell you about a local baseball star back in the big leagues. Chase.
Thanks, John. As we told you last night, former Oxford Yellow Jacket Jackson Stevens was called up from Gwinnett to provide some depth for the Braves in their road trip to Philadelphia. He had a chance to take them out, and Stevens talked after the game about being back with the Braves.
Yes, man. I love it. There's I miss y'all, but a lot of new faces. I can see. I got to introduce myself to some of them already, but some of them just walked in. But yeah, it's good to see everybody and be back here. It's a lot of good guys here, and it's been fun watching them on TV too.
Stevens came in relief of Kyle Wright in the fourth inning and gave up 2 hits, a walk, a run, and had 5 strikeouts in his outing. Stevens talks about when he received the news that he was headed to the show.
It's always great. It's to be here at the highest level. It's always great, no matter how many times it is, or first or last. It doesn't matter. It's always great. Yesterday we had a day game. After the game, they just came up to me, shook my hands, going to show. I was like, let's go. All right, cool.
We enter into week 3 of the high school football season as region play continues, and some really good games will be happening. So let's take a look. Here are the games involving our East Alabama teams. You got Lincoln at Alexandria in a region game. Big one right here, Anniston at Jacksonville. It's homecoming there for the Golden Eagles. Cleburne County plays host to Boaz. Donahoe host Wadley. Glencoe is at Westbrook Christian. White Plains will play host to the Handley Tigers. Hoax Bluff is on the road there at Geraldine. You got Munford hosting Talladega. Ohatchee hosting Sylvania. Really good matchup there. Oxford plays host to Huffman. You've got Piedmont at Plainview. Pleasant Valley goes on the road to Holly Pond. Ranbert hosts B.B. Comer. Raglan plays host to Randolph County. Saxe is at home. They've got Dadeville. Southside plays host to Springville. Spring Garden will have Victory Christian come up to Cherokee County. Weaver plays host to Childersburg. And the Wellborn Panthers will host Beulah. Volleyball is heating up across the area as well. Several East Alabama teams battling out last night on the court. There was a tri-match at Jacksonville with the Golden Eagles, Weaver, and Donahoe. It was the Lady Falcons getting the sweep over Weaver and Jacksonville. Jacksonville beat Weaver in the other match there. Also last night, the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets took down Lincoln and White Plains on their home floor, with Lincoln taking down White Plains in that other match. And that's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed, watch the news whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.